Hello, my name is Kurt, and today got some new shirts. Oh yeah, a bunch of shirts. Got them straight from the laundromat down in Manhattan. Oh yeah. A bunch of Charles Tyrwhitt and Brooks Brothers. Charles Tyrwhitt is down by 46th Street in NYC, of course, and Brooks Brothers is in the general vicinity as well. So as you can see here, a bunch of shirts, very nice quality. Here's Charles Tyrwhitt. Here's Brooks Brothers. I got a bunch of striped and sort of checkered pattern ones because I don't have too many of those. I have mainly plain colored ones. Right here. One right here. Nice thicker white one for the winter. And this one I like a lot. Yeah. Right here. A nice solid blue with like a slight off-white pattern going down here and there. Very nice. Looks very good in person. I don't know how it's picking up on camera. And another one of these. I don't know, I could be a true yuppie, Wall Street yuppie, Wall Street CEO. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was the battle between watch brands, mainly Seiko and Invicta. Now, if you look up Invicta, there's a lot of bad talk going around about the brand, saying that Invicta is garbage. It's pretty much shitty watches, blah 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 blah. And everybody who asks, oh, if I should buy an Invicta, they are always recommended to buy a Seiko instead. Now, I have here an Invicta, sort of like a Submariner, sort of a homage to the Rolex Submariner. Fully automatic, has the date on the side, has the Cyclops, has I don't know if it's picking up on camera, has automatic movement right there through a see-through crystal in the back right there. And then I have Seiko chronograph 100 meters. I don't know the exact model number, but it's a nice watch. It has a white dial and gold sort of gold plating pretty much throughout the interior on the hour markers and the rings around the chronograph and the date right there. Has a gold crown right here with like a little blue bead right there, and the band is also gold plated, very slightly, not, it's in between the links, like right there. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's gold plated there. This is actually, hold on, let me see if I can show you guys the back. This is a quartz movement, so it takes a battery and it ticks as opposed to the automatic, which I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera. As you can see, it has fluid movement right there. And what I wanted to get at is sort of a comparison between the two. Now, I've been wearing this Invicta pretty much daily for about 2 months or so, and it's pretty solid. I mean, it's not losing any time. It's 100% accurate. It runs just fine. I don't see any problems with it. The only issue that I see with this, and the only complaint that I have about this watch, is that the bracelet. I don't know if you could hear that. It is also gold plated here. But the gold plating looks kind of, how should I say, kind of cheap, you know? Obviously it's not a Rolex. You can't compare it to a Rolex, which is like very nice gold. This, it looks kind of off, you know? And the bracelet to me just kind of feels and sounds kind of cheap. Now, a lot of people say, oh yeah, a watch is a watch. What's the difference between a Rolex and an Invicta or a Seiko? Well, I tried on a Rolex and you can feel the quality. It's not just a brand name, you could feel the quality. You know it's quality. Like when you put it on your wrist, it feels very comfortable, it feels very solid, it feels very well built. This is, you know, if you wear one of these on a daily basis and then you try on a Rolex, you'll see the massive difference between them. You know, very rattly, very sort of cheap kind of construction on the bracelet. Has a Invicta stamped here. Solid clasps, no issues with that. Clicks nicely, locks in solid. As for the Seiko, it's accurate as well. It has a little stopwatch, it has a timer, it has an alarm setting. It has a variety of different features. It's very classy looking, right there, as you can see. Very nice. Now the main difference that I see is that it's a main difference that I see right off the bat. The primary difference is that the bracelet feels way more solid, way more comfortable, and way better build quality. To me, it's a watch of comfort and a watch of, you know, I beat this up pretty bad because I used to wear it on a daily basis before. And, you know, you could barely see any scratches on it. You know, I wore this for years and years. And, see, the bracelet's a lot more solid. And it looks a lot more, I should say, solidly built. Doesn't have a cheap look to it at all. Very classy. The movement is on point. I only had to change the battery a couple of times. And never had any issues with it. The stopwatch works fine. The alarm setting works fine. Everything works fine on this after a very long time. I'd say about, oh boy, 6 years or so. So that's the Seiko chronograph. Now, which one would I get? You know, it's entirely up to the person looking for a watch. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with Invicta, like, at all. Like I said, I've been wearing it daily, and for an automatic watch, and for what I paid for it, is not that bad. Now, getting into the cost, this Invicta cost me around $150 right here, and this Seiko I think was 200 or 200 something. Now, for if you want to go for bang for your buck, obviously the Seiko is the way to go. It's just, to me, it's a lot better build quality. You know, I don't really necessarily like quartz movements so much. I'm more of a fan of automatic movements. But for a quartz movement, it's accurate, it runs well, it feels good, it looks nice with anything you wear, whether it's a white t-shirt or a suit and tie. Looks classy. Now this Invicta kind of pops out a little bit here, you know? When you're wearing this on your wrist, it's a lot bigger, a lot bulkier, and it's just, it kind of pops out. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's, like I said, it's a homage to Rolex. It pretty much, a lot of people say it rips off Rolex a lot. It has pretty much the same hour markers, the same style of hour hands right here, same exact, pretty much everything except the name here is Invicta instead of Rolex. But you can definitely feel the difference, and you can definitely tell the difference. You can't fool a person well versed on watches, or just even remotely versed on watches. If you give them Invicta or a Rolex, it's an immediate difference. Same thing with the Seiko. Like the Seiko is a lot higher quality, but if you put on a Rolex and then you compare it to the Seiko, you could definitely see why Rolex is Rolex and Seiko is Seiko, and you could definitely see the price differences. You know, you're not just throwing away $5 grand for nothing. You're putting it into a company that has great quality products. You know, you get what you pay for. It's as simple as that. Um, if you're looking for a beater watch, like I said, I suggest the Invicta. It's no big deal. You know, if anything happens to it, if it happens to, um, you know, malfunction or whatever after a couple of years, it's no big deal. You just toss it in the bin. No need for repairs. Just get a new one. That's it. Um, if you want a slightly classier watch, that I wouldn't consider a beater, but like I said, it went through some rough stuff with me. Um, get a Seiko. I don't know the particular model number on this, like I said, but it's a very nice watch. I can't recommend one over the other, but I'm just saying the differences. Invicta, cheaper bracelet, slightly less comfortable, just kind of like, I don't want to say cheap looking, but kind of like gaudy looking, you know what I'm saying? If you compare the gold plating here and the gold plating on this watch, you can definitely see the differences right there. I believe that this is quality gold plating, you know, and this just kind of looks off, like I said. It could be a different carat of gold. They say that this is 23 karat gold plated, but I find that kind of suspicious, really. I invest in precious metals and stuff like that, and 24 karat gold has a slightly different tone. Gold plating should look definitely like this, you know, just a small layer of gold, and not, you know, obviously like this. So I want to debate its authenticity. It might even be 23 karat gold, it might be 23 karat gold plating, but it's just cheaply done in my opinion. It's not done the way it's supposed to be. The way it's plated, it just doesn't look that great in my opinion. But I wanted a two-tone, I wanted a black dial, I wanted an automatic movement, and sort of a Rolex kind of look-alike, a homage to Rolex. So I got the Invicta. 150 bucks, no big deal. So yeah, that's about it. Enough rambling from me. Just enjoying my new attire here, and just enjoying the nice weather. Peace out, everybody. Hope you found this video informative, and I'll see you next time.